Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, friends, partners all around the world. We're coming to you live from Infusionsoft headquarters here in sunny Chandler, Arizona, and we are so excited that you're here with us today for today's Business Booster. We have an amazing Business Booster for you today, unless it's not. Just kidding. It's going to be incredible. We've got Dennis Yu and Logan Young from Blitz Metrics. And if you're not familiar with these guys, well, get with the program because Dennis and Logan have done some amazing things. They, in fact, consult some of the big corporations around the world, as well as small businesses and consultants and specialists like yourselves on Facebook advertising, digital marketing, process optimization, and all kinds of really cool stuff. And so you guys are in for a real treat with what Dennis and Logan are going to share with us today around mastering Facebook advertising and getting real results for $1 a day. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, they do it. They know how to do it, and you're about to get some really good stuff. But before we get into that, we've got some announcements. Want to tell you about not next week's Business Booster because, of course, next week is Icon. Hope all of you are going to be there with us. But in 2 weeks, we're going to have Mandy Brasser from Streamline for Success. She's going to be talking to us about event setup secrets to save hours and generate more results. Mandy has had some great success in event setup and how she is leveraging sales and marketing automation and planning with events, and she's done incredible stuff. Everything from live events to webinars, and so you're not going to want to miss that. In 2 weeks, we've got Mandy coming to join us for that. So be sure you're there. But like I said, next week. Oh, oops, sorry, wrong slide. Want to introduce you guys to some amazing people who are coming into the ICP ecosystem. They're going to be joining our community here soon. Right now they're in training, but we have a little contest that we do during training, and yesterday it was the U.S. versus international, right? That seems appropriate, but international won, of course. And so we've got a couple of the people in training that we wanted to feature here today and introduce you to Sylvie Allen and Lori McConville. Sylvie is with Alina Projects. That's her company. They're all about helping health and wellness professionals share their message, products, and services using digital media while creating loyal and committed customers. Cool stuff, right? And Lori is with her company, McConville Consulting, and their premier sales and marketing communications company. They specialize in cutting-edge digital strategies that assist and maximize our clients' sales efforts. Really cool stuff. We're excited to have them coming into the partner community, and be sure you give them a big warm welcome when they introduce themselves there. So, yeah, hope to see them at Icon next week as well. So, yeah, cool stuff, guys. Cool stuff. Like I was saying, next week, Icon, right? All of you are going, of course, and if you're not going, well, big sad face for you. But anyway, we will be sharing some great things that are happening there after Icon if you can't make it. But if you are going to be there, I really hope as partners that you're registered or going to register for Partner Day, which is Monday the 24th. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff there, helping you build your business, giving you some sneak peek insights that we're only sharing with partners on the product and partner programs that are coming up, and really awesome stuff happening right now here at Infusionsoft and for our partners. So you're not going to want to miss Partner Day at Icon next week. Go over to that URL, attendicon.com/partner day. Get yourself signed up. By the way, we're also going to be having a contest of sorts. Essentially, we're going to be giving away a grant that is valued at $10,000. I can't tell you the details because it's a secret right now, but really great opportunity for you. So if you're at Partner Day, you're going to get kind of a boost, really a leg up ahead of everybody else that's going to be entering that contest. So another reason to be at Partner Day at Icon. So we'll see you guys there. But down the road, we also have PartnerCon coming up. We do have tickets available. If you go over to partnercon.infusionsoft.com, you can get yourself registered. I want to encourage you to do that now because we are filling up as we speak. And in fact, next week at Icon, we're going to be selling a ton of PartnerCon tickets, guaranteed. And just based on last year's attendance and kind of where we're at with registrations now, we're anticipating that we may reach capacity. We may run out of registration spaces for that. So don't miss out on PartnerCon. Really incredible stuff, all about you, our partners. So want to make sure that you're there. Okay? All right, guys. So here it comes. Hope you guys are ready for the most exciting part of the Business Booster. It's time for the Partner Portal Tip of the Week with the Sushesven Cassidy Lujan. And, wow, who's Cassidy, you might be asking? Well, Cassidy is one of the amazing people that works with Carrie on our operations and systems team, and she's joining us this week for the Partner Portal Tip of the Week, and super excited that you're here with us, Cassidy. So excited to have you. By the way, Sushesven is Bulgarian for essential, and I thought that was oh so appropriate because Cassidy has been encouraging and driving our team on reading and discussing the book Essentialism. If you haven't read that book, highly recommend getting into that. But welcome, Cassidy. Thanks for joining us. Maybe. Well, I heard you for a second there, Cassidy. There you are.
Hello, hello?
Hello.
All right. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Cool. I don't know what happened there. So what did you call me? What does it say on the screen?
It is, oh my goodness, I have to look at my notes again, and I can't see them right now.
That's all right. That's okay.
I'll say it again. It is essential. It means essential in Bulgarian.
Awesome. Okay, well, sorry I got disconnected there, guys. Forgive me. I don't know. It's technical difficulties. It's my first time with you, and I'm here for the Partner Portal Tip of the Week. I know I've got some big shoes to fill. You guys normally talk to Carrie about this, and so I'm excited to give you some new it's less of a tip this week, and it's more of a here's what's happening in your portal. So let's get started. Matt, do you need to give me screen sharing?
Yeah, you're a presenter, so if you click the Quick Start tab on the top left, you should have a share screen button there in the middle.
Says it's thinking. I think maybe next time I don't do this on my computer because it's slow.
Uh-oh.
All right, can you guys see the portal now?
Here it comes. Yay.
Okay, cool. So this week, I just want to give you guys a quick overview of some changes and up-and-coming things that are happening in the portal. For those of you that are on this webinar and are vets in the portal, you kind of know what it looked like before. To those of you that are new with us and our partnerships here, this is just going to look really great for you guys. So some changes are on the home page. So I just want to go over really quick. The top is all going to look the same. You've got some quick links along the left-hand side here that are just going to be your kind of your one-stop shop for most of the things that you'll do in the portal. You've got a snapshot of what your certification looks like, how much you're earning and making, and then some partner news right below that. Technical support. This is for any questions that you have about a client's application or your application you want to call and have some assistance there. I just want to emphasize that's not going to be if you have questions about your partnership. Your number one contact, everybody repeat after me, your number one contact is your partner success coach for anything certification related.
Your number one contact is your partner success coach for anything certification related.
You're such a good student, Matt. Such a good student. If you scroll down a little bit, you're going to have some Partner Portal how-to videos. We are about to move this cheese. A lot of these videos are really outdated. They're based off of our Partner Portal before we made some updates and improvements. And I encourage you guys to go and look at them and just take it with a grain of salt that there's going to be some buttons and things that have moved from the time that these videos were made. So those are going to be coming probably the week after Icon. If you scroll down a little further, You've got some of your logos if you'd like to brand your emails or any communications out to your clients. And then, of course, the number one most important thing in the entire partner portal is the Business Booster webinar. The only reason I say no is because we got a lot of cool stuff in the portal. So this used to be updated weekly. You can see that now you come down here, you've got a playlist, so we've got all the previous weeks loaded here for you. No more waiting for the new one to be loaded. It'll just automatically show up there for you, and of course you can register for future webinars as well. The most important thing for you guys to know is that if you see something on the homepage that you used to use a lot and it's missed, and you're just like, oh my gosh, where did it go? It's probably in the Reports tab or the Libraries tab. Those are the only two things that we've moved so far, is some of the reporting around your leads. Of course, you've still got all of that data in your portal for you, and some of the resources may have also moved because they were either outdated and we needed to update them, or we were just trying to make the homepage nice and clean for you guys. So all of your resources here on your Libraries tab. So that's what I've got for this week, and keep an eye out for all of the up-and-coming changes as we add more valuable content for you guys. And if you ever need to reach out to me or you have suggestions about some things that you might need, I'd love to have those conversations with you all, and you can reach me on the Facebook page, Cassidy Lujan, or you can always email me at cassidy.lujan@infusionsoft.com.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And yeah, this is great stuff. Are you guys feeling the love? I mean, I know you're out there killing it in the trenches every day, but we're here thinking about you all day, every day, even on the weekends. And yeah, really great stuff, Cassidy. Cassidy is again an essential part of our operations team, and love what you're doing. So thank you so much, Cassidy.
Thanks, Matt. I'm excited to make it better for him. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right, you guys. There it is. The successful Cassidy Lujan, everyone. All right, cool stuff. Well, let's get into it here, you guys. Hope you're excited because we have, like I said, we've got Dennis Yu and Logan Young from Blitz Metrics talking to us today about Facebook advertising, getting real results for $1 a day, and how the heck do you do that? Because that seems totally unrealistic. Dennis, welcome. Thank you for joining us on the Business Booster. Thank you so much.
Hey, Matt and guys, good to see you.
So, hey, Logan, you there with us as well? He's muted. He's just going to be the silent partner in this thing here.
All right. Well, if you guys
there we go.
There we go. Yep, I'm here.
Hey, Logan. So, great. Thank you for being with us. So I've gotten the opportunity to see a lot of what you guys are doing and walk through a lot of this stuff with you. So I've seen the man behind the curtain on this, if you will. And if this wasn't legit and really powerful stuff, I certainly wouldn't have you on the Business Booster, but you guys have done some incredible things with all types of businesses and all kinds of entrepreneurs and Facebook advertising, digital marketing. So I'm really excited to have you here and hear what you've got to share with our partner community.
We're excited. Let's do it.
Cool. Well, I'm going to make you guys presenters. Should I make Dennis? Should I make you or Logan presenter on this?
Make me the presenter, and Logan can do the narration. We always tag
Wonderful.
team, especially when you have the risk of doing it live. Everything we're showing you is live.
Beautiful. For some reason, you know what? Some reason it's not letting me make you presenter. Hang on, everybody. Hang tight. We'll get this figured out. Something strange going on here. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Apologize for the glitch here. That's really weird. It's not letting me make anybody presenter now. There it is now. Oh, WebEx is being funny for me. There we go. All right, Dennis, your presenter now. Take it away, my friend.
All right, now I need the screen share option.
Yeah, go to the Quick Start tab on the top left. WebEx
Oh, there it is. Now it's there. It was grayed out before. Awesome. All right, can you guys see this?
Got it. Perfect.
All right. Now this is a public figure page. And you might think, well, what does this have to do with growing the results of my business or getting more leads or becoming a better Infusionsoft partner? Everything is moving in this direction. And the summary of today's meeting is public figure page with 1-minute video boosted for $1 a day. Okay? So go to facebook.com/LoganYoungCW and you'll see the most recent post. I also put it in the chat. And these are the things that we're talking about. Facebook has their conference going on right now called F8, and we'll give you some of the highlights of that. And we'll also tell you, well, let's start off by talking about something that happened on Easter Sunday morning. Logan, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so this last Sunday we kind of this crazy event happened, not a good crazy. So I was just leaving Sunday morning to go to church, I live in an apartment complex, and I opened my door and there's this dog right outside my door when I opened it, and I have a dog too. And I happen to know who this dog is. It's my neighbor's dog, and it's kind of been mean to my dog before. So I saw it, and I tried to stop it from coming in my apartment. So the dog bit me, and then rushed in my apartment and started attacking my dog. And this all happened just, pretty much instantaneously. Like, just leaving my apartment, leave, go to church, not even think about anything. And then the next thing I know, there's a dog in my apartment, and it attacked my dog pretty good. It took us probably 30 seconds. Dennis was there to get that dog off of mine. I had to go to the ER. I lost my thumbnail. It was a huge traumatic experience. Maybe you guys have seen it on social media. And we have videos because we have Vivint home security system. So they record the dog coming in, all this stuff. And the dog was not on a leash, which on an apartment it should be. So the big takeaway is that what we did is we ended up using this because we have this, there's some key points here, right? So it's this crazy exciting story, and just so you guys can maybe appreciate the severity of this, I was, when I was 16, I was held up at gunpoint, and this dogfight thing, as far as I'm concerned, was 10 times more traumatic for me. Like, being held up at gunpoint was like very surreal and unexpected, but this was just, a different level. But the story was you need to keep your dog on a leash, right? So we had a story, like especially if you're living in an apartment complex and you have a dog that might be aggressive, or even if it's not aggressive, there's so many other people around and so many other dogs around, you need to keep your dog on a leash. So we have this story, there's meaning behind it, here's what happened, dog fight, comes into my apartment, keep your dog on a leash. So we boosted this post, right? We put together the video and some pictures. You can see there's my hand at like the ER. Sorry, it's kind of bloody and stuff. And we boosted it and got picked up by the news, KSL News, and they featured it as their #1 story. KSL is like the big news station here in Salt Lake City. They're basically, the local thing, but they're a major news station, and it was its top story at 6 o'clock. And this isn't the reason we did this, and we were able to get this publication for this message that, hey, dog owners, it's not about the breed, it's about, taking care of your dog and making sure it's on a leash, is because we boosted our most powerful content and the best story for $1 a day to the right people. And we believe it's actually applicable. It's a nice lead-in story, but for any small business out there, your business is compiled of certain stories. There's a background story that makes your business, or some story that makes you and your personal brand. And if you guys start compiling those stories and taking the ones that are most authoritative and have the most engagement and sharing them, you'll get good results. And that's what we want to talk about today. And maybe Dennis wants to go into any more details about some of the process as well to kick off. Yeah. He was involved too with the dog fight, so it was a crazy experience for Dennis as well.
Let me play this video if that's okay. Is that okay? Just, guys, watch this. This is crazy. Oh, sorry. Turn the sound up.
You and then attacking your dog.
The beginning of the frightening scene, of course, captured on doorbell video. Central Utah Specialist Sam Penrod is live where it all went down in Orem tonight. Sam? Dave and Digney, it all happened very fast here at this apartment complex yesterday morning. A man went to the hospital with a serious bite to his hand. His dog had to go to the vet. and the dog that attacked is in the shelter tonight and may be put down.
I was just leaving to go to church.
But Logan Young wasn't ready for what happened as he left his apartment yesterday morning.
Open the door. Dog's right there. I tried to stop it. It bites me. Bolts into the living room.
Video shows the boxer get away from a boy who can be seen chasing his dog with a leash. You can hear the commotion inside.
I mean, it's the most unexpected thing you could think of. Just open the door and boom, dog there. Try and stop it. It's in your apartment, and then you hear your dog screaming.
I heard commotion. I ran into the living room.
Dennis Yu was Young's roommate and struggled to get the boxer to stop biting Young's black lab, Sydney.
This vicious dog comes into your residence to attack you. I had no context. I had no mental preparation for this.
The boy can be seen running for help, and soon 2 adults come to the apartment. Logan's thumbnail was lost from the serious dog bite. His dog, Sydney, was treated at the vet for multiple bites. This morning, the boxer was taken away by animal control.
He'll be on a 10-day quarantine. It was current up on all of its shots. And after that, the shelter then looks at the dog's history and determines whether or not to put the dog down.
In this case, police say the owner should have had the dog on a leash before taking it outside.
I think the main lesson here is strictly for dog owners. If you have a dog, it's around people, you need to kind of keep control of it.
Young says he is sorry his neighbors had to give up their dog, but
I think it's the right thing. This dog could be dangerous. It was only me, which I'm grateful for. I'm fine getting bit, but, I easily could have been a child opening the door.
Police say the dog's owner relinquished the rights to the dog when the dog was taken to the shelter this morning and has also agreed to pay both the medical and the vet bills. The city attorney is now reviewing the case.
All right, you guys get the idea? So it's actually easy to get news stories like this. And what Logan was saying is that when you have a post, it could be something that happened personally. It could be you go to Icon and you take a 1-minute video because interviewing other people that you know. You can take that, post it from your personal profile as a user, and then you share that to your public figure page, which then allows you to boost a post, right? And so when just to show you an example, when we got the news coverage again, like this is from. So this is the story that you just saw. We can take this, and then we can boost that to anyone else that we want to see. So in this case here, we could choose the media. That's my favorite one to go to. We could retarget basically all of the people that watch KSL, which is the big station here in Utah. It could be all the pit bull lovers. We did that one for fun, and that's how we drove on the original post a 71% engagement rate, which I've never seen before in the $1 billion of Facebook ads that we have run. Right, a 71% engagement rate means almost 3/4 of the people who saw this liked, commented, shared, watched the video, something like that. And we've got a bunch of these pre-canned audiences. This is my favorite one, this mega media audience, and you can build this yourself very easily. And the $1 strategy is contingent upon doing the workplace targeting. So these are all the people that work at Fox, USA Today, you name it. It could be all the people that work at Infusionsoft, all the people that work at the conference that you care the most about, read the publications that you want for your audience, whatever niche you have. But this is how you absolutely drive killer results, is that you need some kind of video, some kind of piece of authoritative content that is not your site. It has to be something that has reasonable authority. So can you guys see this? Just give me a yes. I'm not hearing anything. I know everyone else is muted. Just give me a little feedback. Okay. So here's Heather Dobson, right? You guys know Heather from the Infusionsoft days. Now she has her user profile, but she also has a public figure page. So the number one thing we get, even with people who think they're pros, they think they get it, but they don't. You have a user profile, but you need to create a public figure page. And the way you can tell is that a page has fans and a profile has friends. So here I'll show you Heather. I'll show you her. She's now a GoDaddy. Right, we can see this. Like, right? Oops, sorry here. Now you've got the native call to actions. If you want to drive leads, if you want to drive phone calls, if you want people to message you, people to come to your event, all this stuff is here. It's built in natively. So you can post something natively, and then you can boost that for $1 a day against whatever audience that you want. This is not possible on a user profile. Okay? So if we go back to Logan's public figure page, and you can see that we can boost to this audience for $1 a day, this is how you get media pickup. This is how we got the KSL coverage. This is how this is going to make national news in the next few days, because it's targeting all the people that write and work for dog-related publications, the American Kennel Association, all of this stuff. Anytime you have news, it doesn't have to be video necessarily, but that's what we prefer. You want to amplify that so that you get momentum. Think about, for your business, any positive coverage that you've ever had, any blog post, any guest blog post that you've done, any YouTube video, maybe you've done a TEDx talk, any content that you have, you want to be able to push that forward. And I'll just give you a few random examples.
Dennis, if I can ask a question real quick. Sorry to interrupt. Karen has I think a really great question. So you're talking about a public figure page here, right? Maybe you can elaborate a little bit on the differences between, a company page versus a public figure page, and why you might use one over the other, or both, or how does that look from your experience?
So pages are all very similar. I'll show you a couple random ones. So this is an Italian restaurant in Chicago called La Gondola, and this is a page, of course, but it's categorized as an Italian restaurant. So if the page is categorized as an Italian restaurant, then you're going to see different things related to the menu, to you see the local verification. It's designed for check-ins. It's designed to have Yelpish kinds of things, related to what you'd expect here. Order online, right? You're not going to do order online or have maps and directions and menus if you're a software company, right? So there's different things that are part of, like, I guess everyone can create an offer and get messages and phone calls, but there's increasing kinds of differences based on how you categorize your page. And while you technically could do this off of any page type, a public figure page is more for promoting a brand and a celebrity and videos. Although you can rearrange inside the publishing tools and settings what items you want to show in which sections and what order. But why not just, when you create the page, choose public figure as the category? And I don't want to go into, there's a number of other differences I don't want to go into. Just trust me on that one, right? If you speak, if you write, if you're the figurehead of your agency, or if you're the person, the founder, or the one who's speaking, you need to have a public figure page. What do you guys think? All right. So back to where we were before. Do you have a content library of your authoritative content? And you need to track what you call your greatest hits. So in this case here, the influencer blog, this article, we have 5,400 shares, right? And maybe it's some other kind of topic that you want to be authoritative in. So here's entrepreneur. The 10 personal, these ads, that's what happens when you get third party says. The 10 personal branding experts to follow this year by, an entrepreneur. Whatever the topic is, doesn't have to be personal branding, right? Leonard Kim, me, and then our other sorts of, Cynthia, Ryan, Nicholas, Mark. We're all friends with one another, right? And we do the same thing with all of them. They have public figure pages too. So we've done this enough times. We know. So if you do a search and you come here to pages, you'll see that there is a public figure page. This thing we have done hundreds of times. It works like a charm. Maybe things will change in the next year on Facebook, and we have to, adjust what we're doing. But you want to have all your assets inside Business Manager, of course. But here, I'll just show you another example. This guy is the young Tony Robbins. He's interviewed, well, literally all these other people: Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, Damon John, you name it, right? And he's done over 1,000 interviews. He's now the show host of the Business Rockstars TV show, which is really kind of cool. But it wasn't until he started doing the dollar-a-day strategy that this started to work for him. And this is what we're talking about today, right? Take your most authoritative content, tin that sucker, spend $1 a day. Now, in this case, he knows that his user base resonates with Ty Lopez because of all the young adults that want to be like him. He's 25, 26. We started with him when he was 22, I think. Here he is interviewing this person. Now, here's the trick on whether your video is good or not, okay? Listen to this. You need to look at that average watch time, which is the most important metric that Facebook is pushing here. 55 seconds here. You see that? That's a long time, especially on mobile. The average on Facebook is 6 seconds. Yes, use video. Yeah, you can do your live video. You can do all this stuff. But look at this watch time. If you can get over 10 seconds, you're doing pretty good. Over 20, fantastic. Over 30, you have a home run. And you should just boost the heck out of this thing. Let's look at the post stats. This is the video tab. It's so important. Facebook has made video so important. It gets its own tab, especially inside the app, inside Messenger, all the new announcements that they have. 170,000 reach, 139. Video views, that is what, almost 80%? The average on Facebook is 1/3. If you're over 50%, then you're doing really well. And then you can look at the likes, shares, and comments. If you get over 10%, you're doing fantastic on any kind of post. And this, you can see the numbers are way higher. Look at the number of clicks that we have here. Look at the negative feedback. This is very low. You want negative feedback to be less than 1% of your total number of interactions. Interactions are the post clicks plus the public, what we call applause, likes, comments, and shares. So 15 plus the 4 is 20, which is way over the 139. Most people, they get 1% of the people who watch the video view to engage. So you can see this is definitely a home run. And this is boosted. We do what we call switch boosting. And this one is going against fans of Ty Lopez. Of course, that's why the relevancy is so high. And off of $1,000 of spend, this thing's been going on for, I guess, a year. We've got a ton of video views, but more important than that, this has driven conference speaking and interviews. It got him he's the show host of Business Rockstars. It's landed clients. It's driven people to the website, all the different kinds of things. This is one of multiple. Think of this as kind of like a lead magnet, except we're not collecting the email address directly, and it's off of Facebook. Yes, you can do lead ads. Yes, you can drive to URL. Yes, you can have them fill out a form, but we think that when you have video, like here, he's keynoting at this conference, right? He's a pretty good speaker. This guy, that's an understatement. This guy can talk. He should be a TV evangelist. He can talk. But it's the same thing, right? You've got video. Here he is interviewing somebody else, right? Here he is. Oh, this is the article. This guy has been publishing video. And if you're thinking, oh, I can't talk like that, or my stuff isn't as sexy, or I don't like to promote myself because I'm not one of those sorts of people, then make it an interview. So here he's interviewing a billionaire, right? And we're making it about him. We are acting as journalists, right? What's it like? How did you make your first $1 billion? What advice do you have for other entrepreneurs, right? He's acting like a journalist. He's not promoting himself. But when you take this and then you boost this to the people that work at Entrepreneur, that work at Forbes, that work at Infusionsoft, that work at whatever, you get, it works a lot better. Now here our watch time's 9 seconds, so that's just barely good enough to boost. And the first time, just know that the first few things that you boost out there, they may suck. Your video might not be as good. Maybe you don't have a TV studio. Maybe you're just using your iPhone. Whatever. Just get the thing started. And it may take you 5 or 10 of these little 1-minute videos. Just literally point the camera at your face, have someone else point it. You point when you're in Phoenix for Icon, and you pull someone that and you just say, hey, I'd just love to ask you just one question. Do you have that one question you want to ask of all these other attendees, of all your customers, of all your partners, and get them on video to answer that, just in a very real, caught live on action kind of thing. Boost that thing, and you'll find it will start to work. I want to show you another example by going to Isaac Irvine, who started his public figure page just a few weeks ago. You want to talk about that, Logan, while I load up his page?
So Isaac is one of our friends, also works at GoDaddy, and you guys have probably, I'm expecting that some of you guys have seen this video. You can comment if you have. So Isaac has a few kids, and one of his sons, Bodhi, he has long hair. So we're just talking about how the story is really what matters. You know, Mark has this fancy studio and stuff, and if you have those expenses or those resources, that's fine. But we've seen that even, I mean, you can see here, it's just him with the iPhone. He put his own captioning on, and we'll talk about the results of this video. But so he talks to his son about his son got bullied at school because he has long hair, and he starts just talking to him about what that experience was like. So again, he has this great story. Obviously, it's going to resonate with parents out there who have gone through similar things, or maybe just guys who went through similar things when they were in school. I know when I was in high school, I kind of had long hair, and a few people made fun of me for it. So there's a large group of people it resonates with. So Isaac was creating quite a few videos, and even before you boost, you can kind of see how one performs organically, meaning if something's good, you can just go on your insights, and you'll see that Facebook will give what's good more reach because of the engagement. So you'll take whatever's getting the most reach and boost that. So in this case, this was doing really well, so we boosted this video. You can see the average watch time is 11 seconds. And again, that's not the greatest, but we have some varying ones because it's been shared so many times. I think it got picked up by the Lad Bible or LAD Bible. I'm not sure which one. The Ellen Show. All these different resources picked it up. BuzzFeed shared it. So each of them had a different audience. It saw different average watch times. But all we did was, again, we have this powerful story. Isaac just made it on his iPhone with his son. Not fancy mics, not fancy camera. Just added his own captioning to it. He shared it on his page, not his profile, because you can't boost from a profile. I've seen a lot of people asking questions in the comments, and you should have, even if you're in a company, it's still good to have your own public figure page to start working on your own brand. Isaac has a job. He works for GoDaddy, but he's still building his own brand and seeing some results from it that's driving him, speaking engagements, these different things. And so, yeah, even without all this professional equipment, this video has just driven him all these results. And you just, once you boost it, it's not like a one and done. Meaning you don't just choose your audience and that's it. You can change the audience. So maybe you boost it at first to people who are fans of your page or whatever it may be, and then later you can switch to that media audience. Because the more engagement it has, then you want to send it to bigger audiences that have more authority because they'll be likely to pick it up, which is what happened here. I got some initial engagement, which is basically equivalent to word of mouth, right? Whenever somebody likes, comments, or shares your content, it's basically like that person's endorsing you, endorsing your brand, your message, whatever it is. So when you have a piece of content that hundreds and hundreds of people basically endorsed and supported, you know, it's like those stickers, like the presidential things, you know, I approve of this message. When you have all these people approving of your message, it creates this huge word of mouth effect that basically someone sees it in the media or in high authority and they say, wow, you know, like there's this story and there's this message and all these people have endorsed it. They're all standing behind it. They're all supporting it. They've all engaged with it. So there must be something pretty good here that I want to tap into as well. So that's why you want to take whatever's getting the most engagement, because that has authority, that has word of mouth attached to it, which we'll talk about word of mouth leads inbound marketing. But maybe you guys have been seeing, you know, Dennis has just been scrolling on the left side, all these different versions, all these different channels have picked up this video and shared it on their channel. So now all of a sudden, when the LAD Bible, the Lad Bible, or when the Ellen Show, or in BuzzFeed, when they share on their page, BuzzFeed has this huge audience. So when they share it, it's Isaac's content still. So now all of a sudden, all of BuzzFeed's audience is basically now Isaac's audience. He gets to piggyback off of their success and their engagement. And that's the whole end solution, or one of them, of this $1 a day, is you take your most authoritative content, you target it to influencers within your niche, whether you're in cooking or the music space or internet marketing, whatever niche you have, there's influencers there, and you target those people. And then when they pick up or they comment or they share your stuff, now all of a sudden you get to harvest their huge audience. And that's how you can grow your brand and grow your content, just starting at $1 a day.
Now, let's talk about how Logan, who's been in digital marketing for only a year, and how he's gone from a BYU grad with an advertising background now to a public speaker, speaking in London and Sydney and all the, you know, Phoenix. He's spoken at conferences all over the world. And so we're using this technique to promote this. So you can see we're admin on his public figure page, not his user profile. So let's look at how you implement this for anybody. With even if you could say, oh, it's just me, I'm a freelancer, or I don't have a whole team, I don't have the Golden State Warriors or Rosetta Stone or these big brands as clients. And do you have 1 minute and do you have $1 a day? I know you're busy, maybe you don't have all the things that you want, right? But let's just look at what happens for a few bucks just off of Logan's own public figure page to show you how this works. So you guys know that we have sports teams as clients, for example. That's our primary lighthouse client, the one that we talk about the most, but it's not the one where we earn the most money. It's where we have the most differentiation. So when we meet with, say, the Warriors, for example, or sorry, who is this one? The Raiders, right? When we are interviewing them, we are taking pictures with them, and if they share stuff or if there's articles or stories about what we've done together, then we will share that, like you saw with Isaac, right? The idea of amplification, to continue on what Logan said, is that when you have, like, here's the American Marketing Association. This is not our website. This is their website. And if you're in marketing, this is something you probably know about. And here we are sharing. This is not a testimonial or a case study. This is actually teaching, right? And we are showing what's working. This is probably the media. I'll have to take it later. Oh well. Return that call. You have to be. Oh, by the way, when the media calls, you have to return your call right away. So when you do this public figure page thing, you need to be checking your messages. And it's just like if you drive leads through phone calls and you don't answer that phone call or you don't answer that email request form that comes in, you wait till the next day, you drop that lead. What a shame. Don't do that, right? Logan was able to get on TV and radio within 24 hours of this because we were so quick in boosting. Anyway, so think of what your list is. What's your list of greatest hits, right? Ideally on third-party sites that have the highest authority. When you take these things, you want to be able to share them and boost them. So in this case, we can boost to the people that work at the sports teams, the people that write, the people who work at ESPN and Sports Illustrated, and this kind of thing, right? Here, we're leaving in 20 minutes to go to fly to Oakland because we're going to see a Warriors game, right? So there we're showing that. And here I'll show you some more posts. There's so many things here; it takes a little while to load. But Logan's made a series of these 1-minute videos, as you can see, talking about various topics. So this is when you can see this. You guys have this, but you're probably not assembling this list systematically into your content library, right? So what has more authority? Your blog, my blog, or LinkedIn's blog? Here's LinkedIn's blog, the Sophisticated Marketers Podcast, right? You're going to take this and boost their content. But why would I send traffic to their site? Because if people listen to the podcast, if people watch the video, if people read the article, then you hear the guy who runs global content marketing at LinkedIn saying, yeah, if you guys want to do lead gen, then these are the guys that you need to talk to. This is, here they're talking about, it's just way, way more authoritative when you have this going on. It's way more authoritative. Like we want to teach people, does the age of content matter? No, it doesn't. You want evergreen content. So here's the Infusionsoft blog, right? So we wrote an article. How much do Facebook ads cost? Well, it costs $1 a day. But here's how you actually break it out based on how big the audiences are, based on what your goals are, based on all these different things, your cost per lead and how well it converts in different parts of your funnel and how much remarketing's working and on and on and on, right? Then you take this thing and you share it to whatever audience you want to see that, because that's what has the highest authority. So here is the way to look at it, right? Whenever you get a positive mention, you want to get the permission to, of course, like we're doing a webinar right now. This is something that's going to be recorded. It's basically public. We assume it's public. And then you add that to your materials. You add it to your content library. You say thank you. You share it and boost it. You create follow-on content if you find something that's working. like Isaac had his 1-minute video on bullying, but he has 1-minute videos on other topics, and then you amplify that, right? That's the key. When you boost, when you amplify off of content that you have, and you have your tracking in place, that's when you really get the power, okay? And now I'm going to show you something which is going to either cause your jaw to drop on the floor or you're going to get real confused. So hopefully it's, the former. Boosting on Facebook, this dollar-day strategy, is contingent upon what we call authority. There's 3 components of authority. You don't have to have a 10 out of 10 out of 10 on all 3 of these for 30 points, but you need to start with what you got, right? So if you've got a content library, and we like to use good old Google Docs, and we have multiple of these, and you want to do this for yourself first, and for your clients second, and do one of these for every client that you have. And we've written thousands of articles between all of us at Blitz and doing radio interviews or podcasts or whatever. There's all these different articles that we've done, and we keep the best ones here. We have a list of things that we want to make. We keep some mentions that we're getting along the way and who's been saying it and saying thank you. We have various folks that that's not the one I want to show you. This one here, right? When there's individuals that are saying this, we grab their quotes, we reuse them, we pick this stuff up across all the different channels. You can see in the notes that we sent you, like CrowdTangle is a good tool that we use. It's a little browser plugin. So here, if I look at here's the one right on the Infusionsoft blog. It's a free plugin. And here I click on CrowdTangle, and it shows me where the interactions came from. Mari Smith, Infusionsoft, of course. There's me, Melanie, right? You can see, you probably already know who your audience is, but it's nice to kind of see where things are coming from, right? And it's going to be different. So if I go to Entrepreneur, and by the way, the reason why CrowdTangle is free is because it's been bought by Facebook. So, there you go. Cynthia, SCM Rush. These are people. So when you have an article out, you work so hard to get that blog post out, but that's only 10% of the way there, because then you got to amplify it. You have to say thank you to these other people. Thank you isn't just like retweeting them, clicking like on their stuff. See, I would have never known who's, Jason Sibley, Carlos Gill, right? Ron. Look at all these. Bill Slosky, right? He's an SEO veteran from back in the day. These are people that are engaging. Once you publish your content, are you following? I mean, it would be a shame to hit a home run and walk away from the plate and not even realize that you did that, right? Are you following up to see what else you need to do to create momentum when that snowball happens, right? So you should be looking to see what notifications you have. So here, this is me on Twitter, but for each of us, we have our own Twitter profile. Or think of this as like Twitter's public figure page, because they don't understand what the difference is. But look, here's a conference saying something about us. Here's SCM Rush. Oh, look. Hey, B2B marketers, Facebook breaks out workplace targeting, like we talked about. And now there's all these people that are liking and sharing and tweeting. This is the same thing as Facebook, except it's a little crappy. It doesn't quite have as much, right? But you see the same concept, because we can go into our Twitter ads and we can boost this to our custom or our tailored audiences, which are the custom audiences, our remarketing audiences. And we can pay to boost this to all the people that are in whatever that like icon. Whatever your target is, it's going to be that same target, right? And it's going to be based on this content library here. It's going to be based upon where you have the highest authority. Highest authority content is video that shows you how to do something step by step. And you can tell whether it's high authority content by engagement rate. Are people sharing it? Are you sticking it in your library? How much feedback are you getting? Authority by people. Who's saying it, right? Matt's saying it. Well, if Matt's saying it as part of the partner community, then that has a lot of authority with the partner community. It might not have authority if you're a professional basketball player, because he's not 6'8". But right, there's authority that comes from certain people that are known in the niche that you are. You the real estate web developing person? Great. I mean, who are the people in the niche that generate the most authority that you have connections with or can create connections so you can get these kinds of endorsements all inside your library? What are the best properties that you need? Is it the Infusionsoft blog? Is it the National Journal of, whatever, like that's whatever your niche is, it needs to be on those properties. I mean, yes, you can have stuff on your website, but the guest posts and the videos and the news media, when you can have the most authoritative people saying proof kinds of things on the most authoritative sites, you have the triplicate perfect storm working for you. And with us, we want to be known for absolutely killing it on Facebook when it comes to, if I can remember the URL, yeah. So if you do Facebook ads, we've got tons of case studies on Facebook's blog. So here's one, the Golden State Warriors, and it goes on and on and on. We show how it's done. We're teaching the process. There's no secret, right? And then it says working with Blitz. This is how they did it. And then when they go a little bit further, they see that, guess what? We actually publish a guide on how to do this. And they don't make this some kind of crazy thing they have to spend a lot of money to get. These are called lead magnets, right? You guys know how lead magnets work, but the way to get your lead magnet to work is you need high power authority from third-party sites that you boost, ideally with accompanying videos that shows proof. And if you wrote a good guest post, if that article is good, like if this article is kicking some butt, by the way, so thanks, Matt, and I think you guys must be promoting it too, because we're seeing traffic that's coming from this article. If this thing is good, and along the way you embed some links about how to do stuff, right? So this is the Infusionsoft blog, and as part of the article, we're not doing this for SEO reasons. We're not doing this to try to funnel traffic off. But then this, as part of it, because it actually is useful, it actually is related to that blog post, we link back to my site to explain this concept a little bit further, right? But then again, there's no lead magnet here either. So we believe that, when you do value, then there's a lead, that's way more powerful than just straight up getting them to fill out a form the first time they come to a site. Like, oh, this thing pops up, trying to get their info. We don't believe in doing that. We believe in sharing, like we're sharing now, right? You can see, like, this is how we create the ads. This is how we label them. This is how we make the reports. So if you work at a pro sports team, let's say that's our lighthouse client, our niche. Or let's say, think about whatever it is for your niche. And you share how you do stuff. Oh, no, I don't want to share that because it's secret. Well, you need to get over that. But if you share this stuff, I guarantee you, these people are going to say, man, I had no idea that this stuff was so complicated. I really need to hire these guys to do my Infusionsoft, to build my website, to set up my digital strategy, to do, whatever, right? Drive leads, right? And then, of course, we mention our checklist. We mention other things, but very gently. You see that? You see how we go very smoothly from external content, high authority content, video, boosting, targeting the media, $1 a day. Eventually, when you have all the plumbing tied together, eventually it comes back to our guides, to our packages, to the things that we offer to sell here in the middle, this blue, right? Eventually. And so the way this circle or structure works is on the outside, you have these public figure pages. Mark Lack, Isaac, Logan, right? And these people are all, this is the high power video, 1-minute video content that are about particular topics. This is like the middle ring, these topics. And then these articles and topics then funnel into eventually your lead magnet and the thing that you're selling. Some kind of services that you have, some kind of package, right? Then think about what it is for you, right, as a partner. It could be just you as one person. Oh, I can't pull this off, it's just me. No, you can. You just can't make as much content because you're one person. You can still do the same framework. The orange is how you make money. What are those topics that you care about in your niche for your lighthouse client? Is it sports teams? Is it orthodontists? Is it gym owners? Is it people that sell, whatever? They sell real estate, right? Who are the people that are the most authoritative that you know or that you need to know, that tie back to a particular topic that you can then boost them so that you look like an authority, you look like a journalist because of these particular people. And this one we give you as an example, job creation for young adults. Well, these people have authority because they have videos, they have articles. We're boosting these articles. They're on third-party sites. Sometimes it's media. Logan's got his share of media. You saw the one with the dog bite. That has nothing to do with creating jobs for young adults, but that's okay because at least it shows that this guy's on TV and he knows how to talk, right? And then these eventually funnel. It builds relationships. It builds awareness at the top of the funnel. Then middle of funnel is they see how these are interlinked. So when people come in on a particular topic, then they see actually personal branding is related to job creation. Oh, inbound marketing is when you share content that's amazing for free, that then people come in and they ask what's up, right? So you can see, like, if they come in on one article, then this is how you make ROI on social media, and this is how it ties with local lead gen because of this and that, the other thing, and because of your content library mapped out in a certain way, right? All of the topics that you have cluster. Well, they should cluster if your content library is set up properly. But if you don't have this mapping, think about the mapping. Fill this out yourself. It's not enough to think that Facebook or this $1 a day thing or this parlor trick, this magic trick. That's not what it's about. It's about having something to amplify, and you need to have a proper structure to do this, right? So who are the people well, first off, what are the topics that you can be authoritative in or that you want to be authoritative in? Who are the people that are associated with that? And then you can start to map out your personal brand, which is actually the same as your company brand. And if you're one person, guess what? Your personal brand is your company brand, so I wouldn't even worry about the name of your company. You can call your stuff, Purple Stripe, Zebra, whatever, consulting, and people will still come to you because of you, because of your references, because of the authority that you have, not because of the name of your company. They always come in, they always buy because of the stories that you have. Okay? So if you go back to facebook.com/LoganYoungCW, we have a summary of all the items that we've just talked about. The $1 a day process, the CrowdTangle plugin, and you can use Mention.com and Twitter and Facebook notifications and Google Alerts. We like those too. There's lots of these things. But the strategy is you've got to tie authoritative content that you then boost, and it has to be on your public figure page. You can still have your company page, but you've got to have a public figure page, as we've demonstrated with people who have hardly any assets at all. You pin your most authoritative content and you boost it. The other stuff, whatever. But the idea of throwing fuel on the fire is you take stuff that could have been 2 or 3 years ago. We have stuff from 7 or 8 years ago that generates more power than anything that we've done recently, right? So free stuff, training on how to do various things, setting up lead ads, instant articles, making video, Instagram tools, all the stuff for free from Facebook, which also will help you. You'll see our content too, which is great because we direct people to the most authoritative content, which is on Facebook site. And guess what? That brings more people back to us because we have Facebook sharing our stuff. And people say, wow, I really like that thing, because Facebook was saying the same thing on how to do whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's because we did it and showed them, and we're part of the alpha on how to do that. Okay. So we do have a $1 a day course, which is the guide plus videos and things like this. And this is at blitzmetrics.com/FDD, Facebook for $1 a day. If you're on this webinar, use the code GROWTH. Growth in all caps. This was built by Paul Sokol. His whole flow was built. You probably know who Paul is, right? So we practice what we preach. Growth. There you go. Not in lowercase, all caps. Growth. If you want to get this. And our little secret is that if you buy that guide, we're not going to try to upsell you like crazy. We actually will reach out and you'll get a little free help from us. Like someone like me or Logan will actually look at your stuff and answer your questions. So that's kind of a way to get some consulting without having to pay the rates that we typically charge. So you might want to do that. Do we have time for a question or two? I know we're hitting the top of the hour.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of great questions coming in. I think you've addressed most of them, at least in my in my perspective. I think Karen had some questions around, essentially, like, how does this translate to selling a product or a service for a business, right? And yeah. I think you summed it up, really well there with the content mapping and having a content library and having all of those topics drive back, from somebody who, from personalities or profiles that have authority in that topic or that space, and driving back to the content, and then relating it all back to your own authority and your own products and services. Let
me give you a slightly different angle, which is the same thing. So remember Simon Sinek keynoted, and he said start with why. People always connect with the why, with the stories, with Logan's dog bite, with Isaac's bullying, with whatever it might be. They always connect with the people. So when you start with why, that's the outside ring. And the outside ring then goes into the how. So how do you do something? Or what are the other, people want to learn more about it. And then eventually it goes into the what, which is what you sell. But you don't lead with the what. You don't lead with, oh, I can increase your email open rates. Okay, great. Nobody wants that per se. What they want is more sales, and then this other thing's secondary, right? It's features versus benefits. So when you have it doesn't have to be public figures for you. It could be other people that you've created. Here's Paul Sokol. Guess what? We manage his public figure page, right? And when you have expertise and stories that are shared for these other people, then this goes into articles and topics so people can learn more, where you're actually teaching and solving a problem, the problem that your product or service happens to address, and then people are you've pre-framed them to then want to buy your stuff because you've framing the question, framing the problem the way you want, because of the way you've set up these articles and all, there's already 90% of the close. And at that point, they're just ready to buy because they see it your way. If you get them to see it your way, you win. So where is your network? What have they said about you? What content have you written over the years? Are you continuing to write a new blog post every week? You might as well just roll that ball up the hill every day, just fruitlessly. Stop doing that. Stop mistaking quantity with quality. Quality is finding a few things that work and boosting the heck out of them and having them continue to produce for you. So you don't have to keep making new content and keep talking to random leads every day in the hopes that they're going to become. Stop that. Be an inbound marketer. Have Infusionsoft as a tool. Do what it's supposed to do for you, right? It's what a funnel is supposed to do. A funnel is independent of season or time. A funnel just gets stronger and stronger as you add more and more things to your library, right?
Brilliant. So another question is, if a larger company has the CEO with a public figure page, does it behoove them to have more employees create public figure pages as well to help promote the CEO's public figure page and the company page? How do you see that kind of mapping out?
You want to take that, Logan?
Sure, yeah. It's just mentioned in the comments. So you can definitely, there's one of two ways to go about it. You could do your own personal brand on the side, but let's say you want to do it for the company. We'd recommend more like sharing the similar type of content and the why story, but you don't have to go out and like actually sell or promote the CEO or the company itself, because we've seen that blatantly, like Dennis said, when you lead with the what instead of the why, and even worse is when you lead with, just selling or promoting, it tends to just not engage as well, especially on Facebook because of the nature of the platform. People don't have intent, they're just scrolling. So when you provide them a why or a story or something that's interesting to them or helpful to them, like a tip, if it's in marketing, you just do tips about marketing, then yeah, that'd be really effective for building both your brand and the company's.
Yeah. So you're going to want to do this for multiple people, and think of it as people that are having conversations, right? They're all cross-promoting, they're sharing content, just like you would with social media or word of mouth, right? You make it look natural. And you have different people that stand for, because they have different stories, and they've interviewed other people. And if it comes up and it's natural, then you can cross-promote. But don't do it shamelessly, because then people know it's an ad, right?
Wonderful. So a question here. I know we're a little bit over on time. Are you okay for a couple more questions?
Yeah. Let's do that. We don't have to leave for another 15 minutes.
Okay, cool, perfect. So Nadine's asking, am I supposed to post to my public figure page as often as I do my personal profile page? Maybe you can kind of speak to what kind of content and how often, and those kinds of things on this public figure page.
Well, people ask this content frequency question all the time. If I had a dime for every time I've heard it in the last 10 years, oh man. the frequency isn't what counts. As long as you have decent content, like good content, you can post as often as you want. If your content isn't that great, don't post at all, right? So think about greatest hits where you have something that's good and keeping this list of the stuff that's the best performing, not about like trying to post 3 times per week. You need to stop thinking like a calendar marketer. A calendar marketer is about quantity instead of quality. It's about 3 tweets and 5 blog posts per week and this and that. And then next month we have this event, and then it's Easter, and then it's summer, and then it's like, don't think like that. Unless your vertical is one where all, like maybe gym owners in January is when people sign up for the New Year's lose weight thing, right? But think as an evergreen marketer. And if you have something good, put it there. But don't just post content because you feel like, because we could stop posting. We could literally stop and not post anything new for 3 months, and our funnel will operate just as it has, because we have this library of stuff that we have written over the years, right? Over the years, we have generated all of these items. So we don't need new content all the time. If your funnel's producing for you, why would you keep making all this new stuff all the time? That's crazy, right? Here's Logan's public figure page. He's made videos, right? This is like I was showing you. We're interviewing the guy who runs global content marketing at LinkedIn in London in 2 weeks. We're going to make a bunch of 1-minute videos and promote that off of his public figure page, all right? So here, social media marketing. Do you have one of these pieces of content where you've spoken at a conference or whatever it is? Then you're going to boost that sucker, right? And then maybe you tag other people like Larry Kim, right? And then he comes in and he comments and he shares. And now he said, oh yeah, Logan Young is amazing, or whatever he said, right? And here we're sharing what our tips are on how do you boost. Here's our session, how to use Facebook for better business decisions. Blah, 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 blah. Here it is, right? And if this is Social Media Examiner, Social Media Marketing World is the same thing, then we link to the article on Social Media Examiner on how you actually do that, right? So this follows that principle of going from a public figure, that outside ring, to the middle ring where you have content, and then when they listen to this, or these things pop up, this drives me nuts, then eventually they're going to reach out. This drives inbound marketing. They're going to want to find out more. They're going to want to go through the guide, right? Here it is, step by step. How do you do it, right? People don't do this at conferences. They just PowerPoint you. They talk generically. They don't actually go in and show you. If you follow what we're doing here and you actually show people how it's done, of course you need permission from the clients, or just use yourself. You have permission from yourself, right? Think about what kind of power is possible when you do that, right? And you boost it. You got to boost it. What is it that somebody said? Running your business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. The only one who knows it is you, right? And what's the point, right? Same thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see here. So, wow, such great questions coming in, you guys. Which account do you create the Facebook business account from, and how do you blog post in Facebook from your public figure page? Really, really technical stuff there, Greg. I'm gonna hold off on that one. Quick question: how much time do you guys spend managing your public profile each week?
I like to do 5 minutes a day. I don't believe in sit down for one session for 3 hours or a whole day. I believe in frequent, lightweight touches, because you want to catch things as they occur. So here, whether it's Logan's Twitter or my Twitter or the Blitz Metrics or Instagram or something pops up, you want to be there to catch it, and then to be able to interact and say hi. And look, SEM Rush, they mentioned us, right? And all these other things are happening. Larry Kim replied to this other thing, right? What is this one here? Oh, hanging out with whatever. Okay, here's some people. See, I missed it. I should have clicked like on it. Hey, Dennis. So this guy's the foremost expert on the planet for LinkedIn ads. So then he said something. Holy moly, I need to reply. I missed it. This is a couple days ago. Whoops, missed it, right? It's better to catch these things as they come in, frequent lightweight touches. When you write blog posts or you make little videos, we're not talking about, this giant thing, a 30-page ebook download thing. No, we're talking about just a quick little post, a quick little 1-minute thing like, okay, here's Larry Kim. His company spends $1 billion on Google and Facebook ads every year. He's the #1 tool. You probably know WordStream, right? And we hang out with Larry. And we say, hey, Larry, I got 3 questions for you, 1 minute each. Here they are. Boom, boom, boom. We take that. Then we share it, right? That's what we're talking about doing. Like here, Isaac Irvine, right? He made a viral video. You guys have probably seen it, like Logan was talking about. And here he's made 1-minute videos on these topics. What do you do if you go viral? What do you do next? Who do you target? What's it like being a star? How does dollar a day work, right? Then he's asking for various things, right? So you see how easy it is to put this together? This is not the kind of thing you need to take a whole week and block out time on your calendar. Like okay, fine. You don't like how your hair is? Fine. Get a haircut and then do this. But just do it, right? It's just, like you want to go to the gym and work out? Go walk a mile. Or whatever. You don't have time for a 3-hour workout? Fine. Just get 20 minutes of doing jumping jacks or something, something. And that's the way we view how it needs to be done. And so all the questions that we hear around how often do we post, or how many blog posts on my public figure page versus my profile, and which do I share versus that those mechanical questions, it's okay to ask, but I think they miss the forest through the trees, which is, what do you need to do to, like what Logan was talking about, to inspire and ignite the word of mouth effect? Who are your best customers and partners, the people that are saying good things about you? They don't have to be your own staff. In fact, they probably shouldn't be. Because, if people from Infusionsoft, people from like in your vertical, who are these people, right? Hey, there's a HostGator interview. Okay, great. Or, whatever it might be. I bet you that there are amazing things that are passing by. I don't mean necessarily in Twitter notifications, but I just mean in general. There are people saying good things about you, clients saying things, partners saying amazing things about you, and you don't even know it. What a shame, huh? And if they're happening, are you gathering them? I bet you 99% of the folks here, you're not gathering them. Are you gathering them? Are you amplifying them? Are you sharing them? You need to be sharing other people's content, right? Are you doing this?
I would go ahead and kind of answer for most people. I mean, I know we and you know this to be true, Dennis. I mean, you're talking to entrepreneurs and business owners every day, and the answer is most people are not doing that. They're not sharing relevant content, particularly from authoritative figures, and doing that through a public figure page, all of that stuff. What you're describing here, you guys, this is what Dennis is saying is it doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to be that hard. It's really just it's really finding relevant content, authoritative figures, bringing it back to providing value to your audience, to your clients, your prospects, and just keep putting that stuff out there. And then when you've got something that really grabs people's attention, boost it, and you don't have to spend a ton of money on it. $1 a day will do, and you really get some traction with that. But like Dennis said in the beginning, you may have some. You're probably gonna not hit a home run the first few times or every time, but it's really having that consistency and understanding how this works and what message is resonating with your audience. Did I miss anything there, Dennis?
That's right on. So this is where we're trying to motivate you to take action, overcome the excuses of, I don't have money, I don't have a fancy video camera, I don't have time, it's just me, I'm so busy. You know what? $1 a day, some 1-minute videos. If you don't want to be on the video, you know what? I hate being on video. But fine, I made videos just to demonstrate that it works. And Logan made videos. Shoot, other people were saying when he was on the TV news, the evening news last night or whatever, they said, "Oh yeah, you spoke so well." And but then Logan was saying to me like, "Oh, I didn't really think I did that great," and I thought it was pretty good. So you're your own hardest, critic. So just interview other people, whatever. 1-minute videos posted on your public figure page, $1 a day. Third-party content that's high authority. Ideally, you've built some kind of topical map, but if you haven't, don't sweat it, right? Maybe your thing only has a couple spokes. Our thing has a little bit more than that. That's okay. You just need to get the thing going, and then the snowball rolls and the avalanche begins, and whatever analogy you want, right? That's what we want you to do.
And then you start forming a habit.
Yeah, exactly. Just 5 minutes. It's like exercise. I'm not going to go to the gym and work out for 8 hours like crazy one day, have perfect abs, and then not work out again for 3 years. Like, it doesn't work like that. Every day, something like that. Make it part of your process. Every time because you'll meet somebody and you'll have an idea, or you'll have an opportunity to ask them a question and turn it into a blog post, right? Frequent lightweight touches. You never know which thing's going to take off. That Isaac didn't, that thing in the bathtub where he in the shower he interviewed his son about bullying. That was more likely not going to happen. He's like, whatever. But he said to his son, well, I'll post it on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll interview you for a minute on what happened at school today, right? You never know.
Brilliant. Well, this is really awesome stuff. And Dennis, I got to ask you and Logan, are you guys planning to be at Icon next week?
Yeah, we'll see you guys out there. Hit me up.
Fantastic.
Don't friend me on Facebook. That's full. Hit me up on LinkedIn or Twitter or dennis@blitzmetrics.com. If you guys want to chat about this stuff, we'll happy to spend a few minutes with you. Right? We want to see you guys do well. Post your questions in the Infusionsoft partner community. But yeah, I'd love to see you out there at Icon in Phoenix next week.
Awesome. And like you said, for you guys when you're at Icon, whether you run into Dennis or anyone else who is an authority in any kind of space relevant to the interests of your audience, right? Grab your phone, pull it out, shoot a quick little video, put it on your public profile page, public figure page. Sorry. See what kind of traction you get.
Yeah, and one last piece of advice as part of that. I know we've covered a ton of stuff. Your mind might be already full, but think about what your one question is. Right? You don't want to just go up to these people and have random conversations. I mean, what a shame if you meet these people that, their time is precious and they're well known, and you just have this rambling thing about, how is Icon for you? Like, don't do that. You need to have, and if ideally you have your content wheel all mapped out. But if you don't, and most people, they're like, oh yeah, this makes sense in hindsight, but I haven't actually done anything about it. Okay, well, start with this. What's your one question? And your one question is a way to lead into the topic that you care most about, the topic that you have expertise in, right? And then you ask everybody your one question. Heather Dobson, who used to run social for Infusionsoft, her one question to other digital marketing experts, because that's her niche, your niche will be different, is what's your superpower? So she might ask Brian Kramer, and Brian Kramer says it's personal influence. She might ask me or ask Logan, and Logan will say it's the $1 a day on Facebook. It might be whatever it is. So you want to ask your one question. The question is, how do you make small business, website marketing easier? How do you do whatever it is that you do, turn it into a question. That's your one question, and go out and ask all these other people this one question. And then that way, you're pretty much guaranteeing that all the responses you get are going to fit into your wheel. Because it would be a shame to make all this random content, and you're like, oh yeah, I made my 1-minute videos, but they're random. Ooh, how are we going to use this, right? Tie it around your one question.
So great. Well, wow. You guys, Logan, Dennis, you guys, thank you so much for coming. And I think the timeliness couldn't be better. A week before Icon, and so many things happening in the partner community, and Facebook being such a powerful, content-driven platform for small businesses and our partners. This is really cool stuff. Thank you guys again so much for coming and doing this for us.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Fantastic. Well, you guys, just wrapping it up here, want to remind you next week we do not have a business booster because we will be at Icon, and hope you guys are all going to be joining us for Partner Day on Monday the 24th. Like I said, amazing things happening at Partner Day. You don't want to miss it. But looking forward to seeing all of you guys at Icon, and hopefully you'll be there, and we'll hang out, and maybe we can do a video together, post it on our public figure pages. I've created mine. Go create yours. So awesome, guys. Also, reminder, there's not a business booster next week, but in 2 weeks we've got Mandy Brasser from Streamline for Success. She's going to be talking to us about event setup secrets. Save yourself a ton of time, generate more impactful results for you and your clients with events, everything from webinars to live events. She is definitely an expert in this space, so you don't want to miss that. But until then, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week and a beautiful weekend, and best wishes to all of you.